Okay, now today we are going to talk about the measurement revision. Let's see the first question. It's asked how to read a ruler. So as we can see, the first is millimeters and centimeters ruler, which means here from 0 to 1 is represent 1 centimeters. So therefore, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 centimeters, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and another extra 4 smaller units. So here it is represent millimeters. Therefore, we can say this is 4.4 centimeters because 0.1 centimeters represent 1 centimeters. Okay, second one, start from 0 to here. This is 1 centimeters, 2 centimeters, and another 5. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 millimeters here. So it represents 0.5 centimeters. So therefore the answer is 2.5 centimeters. And the last one, it doesn't start with the 0. So which means what we can see is we start from 0, we image from 0 to the end, and then take away whatever here. So from the bigger one, we can read is 5.5 centimeters. But it's missing from 0 to 2, which means it's missing 2 centimeters. Therefore, the answer is 3.5 centimeters. The lastly would be the same. So we image from 0 to 8, which is 8 centimeters. But in between, it's missing 2.5 centimeters. So we use 8 minus 2.5 centimeters. So the answer is 5.5 centimeters. So this is how we do the first, how we read the rulers. So not always we can start from 0. Then this is the thing you need to be aware. So second, conversion table. So first of all, we need to see the conversion table. We need to have it with you all the time. So from the bigger unit to smaller, we use multiplication. And each of them are different. From a smaller unit to the bigger unit, we need to use division. So firstly, centimeters, 9 centimeters to millimeters. Centimeters to millimeters we times by 10, which is 9 times 10, we have 90. Secondly, 0.25 kilometers to meters. Kilometers to meters we times by 1,000. So what we can do is, because multiplication, we move decimal to the right. Okay, so to the right and 3 times because there are 3 zeros. So 1, 2, and 3. So see 0.25, decimal was here. We move 1, 2, and 3. The new decimal should be at the end. But now we can see we are missing one gap here. Then we add a 0. So the answer is 250. And from smaller unit to the bigger unit, which is 8,000, we use division. So when we do division, it's moved to the decimal to the left. So 800, there is no decimal. No decimal represent the decimal is at the end of the last digit. So we move 1, 2, 3 times. So the new decimal is in front of the 8. So what we need to do is we add a 0 in the head, because we can't missing the whole number sign, so which is 0.8. So millimeters to centimeters, we divide it by 10. Millimeters to centimeters divided by 10, so it's 12.3. We move only once because it's 10 only has 1 0. We move once, so it's 1.25 centimeters. So the rest of them, if we have a unit like that from 30 meters to millimeters, we don't have meters to millimeters, so what we can do is we convert the meters to centimeters first. So what do is we times by 100, so we have 3,000 centimeters. And then from centimeters to meters we times by another 10, so it's 3,000 times by 10 is 30,000. So we need to use the middle unit to help us. So for centimeters to kilometers, similar, we have a meter in the between, so we convert the centimeters to meters first. So which is divide. by 100, so it becomes 40. And then 40 meters convert to decimal kilometers, we divide by 1,000 too. So divide by 1,000, we have 40 decimals here, 1, 2, 3. So if we have gap, we add 0 and then put another 0 to the front. So the answer is 0.4. I just do the answer quickly, so that you can just check your answer. They are all similar. So for kilometers to millimeters, so 0.034 times by 1,000. So you have 34 meters. 34 meters times by 100 is 3,400 centimeters, and times another 10. So we have 34,000 millimeters. So this is the first page. Second one, we have the capacity. So for capacity, this also have a conversion table. Kiloliters is the greatest, and the millimeters is the smallest. And we always have this with us when we do this. So for millimeters is divided by 1,000, so I do it quick because we already know how to do it. So for liters to millimeters, we times by 1,000, so we add 30 at the end. Millimeters to liters, we divide it by 1,000, so we have 0.02. So from liters to kiloliters, we divide it by 1,000, so you have 0.45. And this is another one. Centimeters square actually is exactly the same as millimeters square. And next one, we know that the meter cube is equal to 1 kiloliters. So therefore 0.02 meters cube is equal to 0.02 kiloliters. And we convert from kiloliters to liters, we times by 1,000, so we have 20 liters. So if we don't have the conversion straight away, we need to use the middle conversion units to help us. So next one is addition. So what we need to do is we need to convert the units first. So for me, I don't like decimal, so if I see decimal, I need to get rid of it. And the better way is we convert the greater unit to smaller. So 5 centimeters is equal to 50 millimeters. And then you plus 3, then we have a whole number, and remember to write down the liters. And 0.9 meters is equal to 90 centimeters. So 90 centimeters plus 400, we have 490 centimeters. Of course, we can use centimeters too. So for example, this case, we can convert the millimeters, become 0.3 millimeters to 0.3 centimeters. So we have 5.3 centimeters. It's also acceptable. And here will be similar, 0.9 meters, and we convert the 400 centimeters to meters. So it becomes 4 meters, so we have 4.9 meters. They all acceptable. But I don't like decimal, therefore I always convert it into the smaller unit. So I don't need to worry about the decimal. So similar, 1 kilometers is become 1,000 meters. Take away 24, so we have 976 meters. Centimeters to meters. So similar, we have 4,000 centimeters plus 70 centimeters. So we have 4,370 centimeters. And convert meters to millimeters. So we have 240 millimeters. Take away 300. So now we have the negative, because this is where we reverse the negative number. So a positive number divided by negative number minus a negative number should be negative, and let's find the difference, which is negative 100 millimeters. So next one. So actually for some question like this, we can find, because if we convert the kilometers to centimeters, maybe too bigger number. So how about we find the middle number? So from centimeters, and we know that kilometers and centimeters, meters is in the middle. So therefore, how about I convert everything to meters? So 80,000 centimeters is equal to 800 meters. And 0.02 kilometers is equal to 20 meters. So therefore, if I add them together, I have 820 meters. So it won't be too big number or very too small decimal number. So this is what I want. Similar, I have millimeters and meters, so maybe I find the middle unit, which is centimeters. 0.2 meters is 20 centimeters. 400 millimeters is 40 centimeters. So therefore, I have 60 centimeters. So you also can use kilometers or centimeters to represent your answer, but I recommend we use the middle units. So that would be the second page. And next one, we found the parameter. As we mentioned before, if the two sides have the same marks here, they have the same length. So what do we do to find the parameter is, we count how many sides, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 sides, and they're all in the same units, and I got all the signs, so therefore parameter is equal to 5 plus 10 plus 5 plus 7. Then we have 27 centimeters. Secondly, let's see the second question. This is 3 centimeters and they have the same marks, so it's 3 centimeters too. But I don't have this side. But I realized if I complete the whole rectangle, this is 5 centimeters, that should be 5. And then I cut out 3, so what remains should be 2 centimeters. Similar to the top. Here would be 8 centimeters, and then there are 3 cutting out. This is 3. So what remains is 5 centimeters. Now therefore, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides in total. So I need to add them up together. So I start from this side, 5 plus 5 plus 8 plus 2 plus 3 plus 3. So total together is 26. And then centimeters, remember the unit. So now this is a challenge questions. I don't require everyone can make it. So I just write down the answer. So it's 2a plus 2c. So if you want to know, come to see me. Okay, the next question is similar. We have 5 centimeters here. This 5 centimeters is equal to this side because they have the same marks. So it's 5 centimeters, 5 centimeters. This is 3 centimeters as the same. This is 3 as well. And how do we find the other two? We realized this longer side actually is made by 3 of the 5 centimeter sides, right? So if I move them down, therefore the longer side is 15 centimeters. So does the other side is made by 3 small 3 centimeters. So it would be 9 centimeters. So therefore, I add them up. 15 plus 9 plus 5 plus 3 plus 5 plus 3 plus 5 plus 3. So total together is 48 centimeters. So that's how we find the parameter. And area. So for area, if we have the group there, it represents 1 centimeter square per each little square. So we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There are 12 whole squares, so which represent 12 centimeters square. Then we have half, 1 half, 2 half, 3 half, 4 half, 5 half, 6 half. So we have 6 half squares. So 6 half square, 2 of them make 1 whole. So which means there represent 3 whole square, which means 3 centimeters square. So the total area, I just need to add 12 and 3, which make it 15 centimeters square. So this is for the second one. And this is for how we count this. For second one, it's a triangle. The area of a triangle is equal to half times base times height. So half times base is 5.5, height is 4. So the answer is 11 millimeters square. This is a parallelogram. The area of parallelogram is base times height. So base is here, we don't have it, but we know that in a parallelogram the base, these two sides are the same. So the base should be 18 centimeters too. So therefore base is 18, 4 is the height. So then we have the answer, which is 72 and then millimeters square. So these are the area. And we have another triangle here. So the 13 and 15 here, it won't help, okay? Because what we need is the base. Area is equal to base half times base times height. Base is 14. Height is 12. Okay, the 13 and 15. This is the side. Length of the other side, it doesn't help, so we don't need to worry about it. So therefore the answer is half times 14.7. The answer is 84. Remember, centimeters square. Next one, this shape is irregular shape. All we can say is composite shape. For the composite shape is we need to cut it off. Cut it off into the shapes, several shapes that we know. If I cut like that, we know that there will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 little squares. And we need to find each of these, then we can times by 5 to find the total area. So let me see how do we find the side of this. So because they all have the same length and total together is 12, so now we know that each of the sides should have length of 12 divided by 3 is 4 millimeters. Therefore, the area of each small triangle would be 4 times 4 square would be 4 times 4 equals 16 millimeters. And then there are 5 of them, so we just need to do 5 times the total is equal to 5 times each of the smaller one. We have 80 millimeters square. Okay. And lastly, this is also a composite shape. We need to cut it into 1 square and 1 triangle. And for this is the rectangle and triangle. For the rectangle, this is 2 as the width and 7 meters as the length. And for the triangle, the base is the same as the length of the rectangle, so the base would be 7 meters as well. For the height, total height is 4, but for the triangle I only have part of it and take out of the other 2, so which means the height here should be 2 meters as well. So then we figured out the area one by one is half times base times height is 7 meters square. The area of the rectangle is 2 times 7 is 14 meters square, and then I add them up together, so the total is 7 plus 14 is 21 meters square. Okay, and now the next one would be volume. So for the volume, I will leave it to the next video.